Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. Because you are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. It's about no you you are welcome. Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. Biafra, everybody sing, you are welcome.
Thank you for joining.
We are dear friends. We believe in quality education. We can be partners. If you are ready for innovation, Macanina, he can connect the talented to be better.
Welcome. Keep sharing. Thank you, Williams Nemeka. Share the broadcast, please. Share, and like.
of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the BPOs, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said,
welcome. Thank you for joining. Wherever you are connecting from. I appreciate everyone who has connected to the broadcast. Thank you so much for connecting. If you're joining from Biafra land, special thanks to you. You are joining from any part of the world, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, special thanks to you as well. Thank you for joining. Please, as you join the platform, do remember to like and share. Like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to all the WhatsApp group you belong. Share to every angle. Share even to our enemies. Share to them. Because we must continue to preach this message, whether they like it or not, and they must hear us. To create awareness and make sure that our voice is being heard all over the world. No matter how they try to stop us, no matter how they try to attack us, we cannot stop preaching this message of Chukwu Kabiam. We cannot stop speaking out. Any place you are as a Biafran, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, continue to speak out, continue to shout on top of your voices, because the days are evil. The days are evil. We must not allow them. They are doing everything possible to see that they stop us. They are doing everything possible to promote their propaganda and their blackmail. They are doing everything to change the narrative and make people believe falsehood. And I tell you, Chukwu Abiyama will not allow their evil plans to work. Chukwu Abiyama will not allow their evil plans to work. Yeah, my brother, the channel of Master Simon Epa is there. I don't know if you're in a WhatsApp group You're supposed to get it in about maybe after the program. I will try to go through your message. Then from that your message, I can send you the link. After my program, I will go through your message. From the message you send there, I can be able to send you the link since you cannot be able to get it. But if there is anybody there, anybody on the comment section that has the link, if you have the link to the new platform of our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, the temporary platform that he's using now, the backup platform, if you have the link, please paste it on the comment section so that people who don't have it can be able to get it. If you're on the comment section and you have the link, feel free to paste it. But if there's none, after the program, I'm going to go through, we are Biafrans, I'm going to go through, then I will post it to through your message so that you can be able to get it. Thank you so much. So my fellow Biafrans, as I was saying, we will continue to do that which we are supposed to do to make sure that our voice is being heard. We will continue to set the record straight and continue to speak on top of our voices, continue to shout. They must hear us whether they like it or not. Every stone that has to be shaken must be shaken. Every door that must be kicked open must be kicked open. Every hindrances, every obstacles, wherever they are, the time has come for us to break those barriers. Dear friends, you must not sleep. This is not the time to sleep. That is why you see most of us in the most tight corner, in the most difficult time, we still find out time to come and speak to Biafrans. Because we must have to hold this fire until we get our victory. We must have to make sure that this fire is burning until we get our victory. Do not allow anybody to deviate your attention. Do not allow anybody to try to change the narrative in your head. Do not allow anybody to try to tell you, see reason why you have to fight as much as you can. We cannot afford to leave this fight for our next generation. We cannot afford to leave this fight for our born children. We have to fight. We are not fighting because of ourselves. We are not fighting for our own personal gain or our own generation. We are fighting for the generation unborn, for them to have a nation where they will be respected fully, where they will have all rights, where they will be proud to mention their country wherever they travel to. We do not want them to begin to hide the way we are hiding. We don't want them to begin to deny their nationality the way we have been denying. We want them to be proud to raise their head wherever they call them and say, yes, I am a Biafran. We want them to be bold to raise up their passport and say, this is my passport. We want them to be bold to put their passports in the front pocket wherever they are going for people to see. We are tired of people hiding their passport, putting it at the back of pocket, people hiding it even when you want to see it, ashamed of presenting it in the public. We don't want to be part of such kind of environment anymore. That is why we must fight as much as we can to get out of it. Today, you can see the success we have made. A lot of success we have made, and the enemy is in disarray. Our enemy is in confusion. They are running helter-skelter. They are running from pillar to pole. They are much confused than ever, and they are going to get more confused as time goes on. As long as you continue to stand on that path of truth, as long as you continue to speak the truth to the authorities, as long as you continue to encourage each other, we are going to fight until we win this battle. We will win. Definitely. Any propaganda or blackmail you see today, you must not be shaken. More are going to come. They are going to come with different kinds of tactics, different kinds of techniques. But I tell you, remain focused. Remain focused. And always have it at the back of your mind that it is because of your consistency that we have been able to reach to the level we have reached today. Because of what you have been doing. Because of the way you are strong. Because of the way you have been making impact. That is why we have attained the height that we attained today. We didn't get to where we get today because of the alloy that you are holding. Whatever you have been doing that got you this far, continue to do it and even double it. And I tell you, victory definitely is going to be ours. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a great shining light at the end of the tunnel. And no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, no matter what they tell you, do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. They are going to come with different kinds of tricks. They are going to come with different kinds of dimension. They are going to come with different kinds of lie. But do not pay attention to them. Do not pay attention to them. Our freedom is a non-stop movement. We are going to continue to march on until we get into Biafra land, which is going to happen very soon. Our countdown continues, 40-something days to go. As our countdown is continuing, we are at the same time pursuing the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano, which our spokesperson has said on behalf of the Biafrans, that by 22 of this month, if Mazen Nandekano is not released, Biafra land is going to be shut down completely for 2 days. If they refuse to release Mazen Nandekano from now till 22nd, 23 and 24th, it's going to be a total lockdown. We want to show them the difference. We don't just talk and we sit back. We are not like the politicians who make a false promises. We are not the politicians who will come and tell you stories to entice you, just as you see them doing lately. Lately, you have seen every politician, all of a sudden, they have found their voice going to one of their stupid platforms or the other and begin to call for the release of Mazen Nandekano, even when it is not coming from their heart. Do you, if they sincerely want to Mazen Nandekano to be released, don't they have the number of release Muhammadu Buhari? They know the road to Asarok. They know whom to meet. They know whom to talk to. Why don't they stage a total walkout in their House of Assembly? Why don't they stage a total walkout from the Senate? Why don't they rise up the case where it's supposed to be there? Why do you have to come to social media to entertain? You want to use Mazen Nandekano to gain influence. You want to use Mazen Nandekano as something as a puppet. You are missing the road, and I tell you, you are going to get what you sow. You are going to get what you sow. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you confess. Whatever drama you are trying to add, we are 1,000 miles ahead of you, and you cannot distract the Biafrans. The release of Mazen Nandekano is unconditional, and Mazen Nandekano is not going to be handed over to anybody. Mazen Nandekano, through the support of top-allotted IPOB, through the support of every Biafran, has been able to win his case in the court. He has won the federal government of Nigeria in their own court. Their own judge have pronounced Mazen Nandekano innocent and say discharge him. So for somebody to come and say he's standing a shorty, to read what nonsense shorty are you standing? Is that not madness? This is how insensitive all these politicians are. This is how criminal-minded these politicians are. Why don't you stand your ground and stand on that very law, on that very judgment that have passed, that your own brother have gained his freedom? Why don't you stand on that judgment that will pass, that Mazen Nandekano is innocent, and demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano? Why do you have to beg for it? Why do you have to begin to ask for a condition? Why do you have to attach to a condition to Mazen Nandekano, who has not committed any crime, whom the court have said that is innocent? And the Zoological Republic, the Caliphate, they continue to hold him down. The Caliphate refuse to let him go. Instead of you speaking like a man, you are speaking like a coward. Speaking like a coward that you are. A coward that you are. That is why you cannot come out boldly and demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nandekano with immediate effect. These are a bunch of criminals and deceivers, and there is nothing to write home about them. I cannot exalt or praise or listen to any one of those idiots who is making one comment or the other. If you want to call for the release of Mazen Nandekano, you know how to do it, where to do it, and whom to talk to. The entertainment you're doing on social media we don't have anything to do with it. Our Supreme Mazen Nandekano, wherever he is, whatever information that is given with him, he works with the information that is given to him. So if Mazen Nandekano thanks you or congratulates you, there's nothing bad about it. There's nothing bad about it. But I must remind you that you are doing just what you are supposed to do, even when you are doing it foolishly, carelessly, and without sincerity. That is exactly what you're supposed to do. So that Mazen Nandekano thank you. You're not supposed to be waiting for any thank you. He's not even supposed to be thanking you for performing a duty that you are supposed to perform. Because you that's in the south, is in Biafra land, the politician, you are supposed to be protecting the lives and property of your own people. That is the primary responsibility of every leader. Just as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu primary responsibility is to restore Biafra and make sure that every Biafran person is secured. You that is in that zoological republic who claim to be there to defend your people, you are supposed to be protecting the interest of your people and make sure that your people get justice at all given time. Today, our Supreme Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who has not committed any crime, is held against his will in DSS. For you to come out and issue a strong statement, you are there calling on coming through the backyard to begin to beg and ask to him to release to you, for you be a guarantee. Guarantee of what? What are you being guarantee of? What are you trying to guarantee? Are you trying to guarantee that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not win his case? Are you begging for his release that he didn't win his case, or Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has a charge against him? Our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the court of the Zoological Republic, have said that he is innocent. So why don't you stand on that judgment and demand unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? The United Nations has made a call for his release. So many other voices have made a call for release. Why do you have to beg about it? That is why we have chosen within ourselves that by 22nd, if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not out, there will be a total lockdown of Biafra land for 2 good days to let the world know that we are not relenting. No matter what they think, no matter what we do, even if they reject us, we can reject ourselves. We know who we are, and we will continue to fight our battle until we get our freedom. It doesn't matter the blackmail and propaganda. We know that we are dealing with evil men and people. We are dealing with evil nation. We are dealing with a terrorist country. A terrorist country known by the whole world, and it is no longer hidden. It is in the open. Even people in that Zoological Republic are confessing and protesting that their government is a terrorist government. A government that sponsors Boko Haram financially, protests Boko Haram, release Boko Haram, and introduce Boko Haram into the military. Today, the Nigerian military and police is polluted with members of Boko Haram. That is why many of the officers are retiring, many go to Burundi and begin to borrow forces to fight for them. Today, they have resorted on looking for mercenary to fight for them. What a shame. What a shame. This is a country that they say that is the most populated African country in the planet Earth. Most populated African country in the planet Earth. And yet, they cannot be able to have enough soldiers to protect themselves. They are going to collect mercenary from a country who have only 12 million people. You went and collected 10,000 soldiers from a country of 12 million. And what a shame. It can only happen in Africa. Only an African country can do such. Burundi sacrificed their men. Burundi are ready to give the life of their men, sacrifice their people to fight an unjust fight, to fight an unjust war. And I bet you that every single one of them will be consumed by the fire of the dragon. Chukwu Okukabiyama is going to make you will never return alive. No matter how you try. No matter how you try, no matter where you hang your life, no matter what you think protects you, you will never ever return. As long as you come to Biafra land to take innocent life, you cannot go scot-free. Today, you see the lies that have been buried a long time ago. They are resurrecting again. They try to resurrect life because they have nothing else to offer, including the people who have been sacked from IPOB, the Department of Saboteur have been sacked. Today, they are going WhatsApp to begin to peddle lies and push lies against Master Simon Ekpa. It is only a deaf and dumb man. It is only an idiot like themselves that will believe such kind of lies. That Master Simon Ekpa said that Biafra will not come, that he's fighting against Biafra. Only a madman will be listening to that at this particular point in time. In 2023, when we are counting down to move into Biafra, somebody is busy selling something that is not going to, selling that something that nobody's going to buy. Something that nobody, and this video they are using to promote this lie. This video they put together to print this lie. These are videos of our spokesman Simon Ekpa that have been played many time and over again. They used the propaganda on the other side. It didn't work. Now they diverted to a different side. They cut it off and they stream it and they did that he was talking to a lady and said that Biafra will not come. Mad people everywhere. Mad and insensitive people. Every Biafra must pay attention. Time have gone when we listen to blackmail and propaganda. These people are gone and gone forever. If anybody sends you any video that Master Simon Ekpa said ask that person to send you the complete information. If anybody sends you any 1 minute video that Master Samuel ever said, 1 second video, 30-second video, 1 minute, 2 minutes, tell them to send you the complete video for you to watch and see for yourself. Why what was said was said. If that's what they show you is exactly what was said, you must start asking questions. Time has gone when we follow sheepishly. We don't follow sheepishly anymore. We do not follow sheepishly. That is why in autopilot IPOB, you are very, very free to ask your question at every given point in time. You can call up Master Simon Ekpa at any program and ask your question, and he will answer you. He will not shut you down. You can write your question. As long as we see your question on the comment section, it will be addressed. There is no question, no boundary. Any question that comes to your mind, you are free to ask on the comment section. If we don't have the answer, we won't look for the superior people who can be able to answer you and give you the answer. That is autopiloted IPOB. Gone are the days when you threaten people. Gone are the days when you shun people down. Gone are the days when you just believe and follow sheepishly. We don't follow sheepishly. Every single thing we are doing today, we have to apply our common sense. Everybody must continue to apply your common sense. Don't believe because somebody said, because it is your friend, because it's your brother, because it's your uncle or your nephew, because it's your benefactor, because somebody bought a recharge card for you, somebody paid your house rent, and because of that, you lost your mind. All of a sudden, you lost your mind. Simply because of a recharge card. You lost your mind. You can no longer reason well. Because of house rent, you can no longer reason well. A full-fledged man with common sense that Chukwukoma gave you, with conscience, because of a mere fool, you throw away your conscience. And I tell you, before you're going to recover from that, it might not be on this planet Earth. You might find yourself in the presence of Chukwukabiyama answering questions. That is why you must be very careful at this time that we're in. At this time that we're in, if you have made it this far, if you Chukwukama have given you the grace to make it this far, please, please and please, I beg you in the name of Chukwukabiyama, don't allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anybody anywhere to deceive you. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. You see, in this struggle today, it amazes me that some people will still be talking as if they are in confusion. There is nothing confusing in this struggle today. There is nothing. As far as I'm concerned, there is nothing confusing. Nothing confusing. Where are you going to make your investment? Invest on the ESN. As long as you make your investment on ESN, your investment is secure. That is the main tool that was given to us to defend our land. Let me tell you, prayer is good. Wishes are good. But when you wish and pray without putting your word to action, nothing is going to change. I bet you nothing will change. I am not against prayer. I'm not against your wishful thinking. But after wishing and praying, you must take a step. And how do you make a step into Biafra? It is through the ESN. Through the ESN. It is the ESN that made it possible for people to know that we are not for jokes. That when we say we do not want to be part of this Zoological Republic, it is not a joke. We mean every single word of it. All thanks to ESN. That is why you must put your effort on sponsoring ESN. Fund it. Fund it. Your widow's mind will go a long way. Every single contribution you make to the ESN is not in vain. It's not in vain. You are defending and protecting your own land, doing what you're supposed to do. A lot of nations have done that. The same. The Israelites fought their freedom. They sponsored it by themselves without anybody. They sponsored each other. But in our own case, we have billionaires and millionaires, people who can make difference. Why are they not coming out? We have people, everyone who knows about the zoo knows very well that in Nigeria, the richest tribe in Nigeria are the Biafrans. Everybody knows. The richest tribe in Nigeria are the Biafrans. I'm not talking about it when you hear that the Dangote is the richest man in West Africa. then how can you be a richest man in West Africa and yet your region is the poorest region in the whole world? He should be ashamed of himself. If you are rich and every member of your family is poor, it means you are automatically poor. If you are in a family of 5, in a family of 3, and they come to that family, you are so stinkingly rich that everybody else doesn't have any other thing. You are thinking and the poor people surround you. It means you are poor. You have nothing. You have nothing. But when you are rich and everybody around you can be able to meet up to their needs and are rich, that is what we call wealth. You are wealthy. And I tell you, the richest tribe you can think about in the zoological republic, in that contraption called Nigeria, is the Biafran people. They are the richest. It is only in Biafra you can see the poverty rate is very, very low. Is in Biafra that you can see no matter how poor a family is, you will see their children in the schools. No matter how poor a family is, you see children in school. They will at least attend their secondary schools. No matter how poor they are. But when you go to the north, where they say, when you hear that Nigeria is the capital of poverty, the people that made Nigeria to be the capital of poverty is the northern part of Nigeria. Where the richest man in West Africa come from. They are the ones that made Nigeria the poverty capital of the world. Poverty capital of the world. It is the north that made it so. That's how poor they are. And they want to drag every one of us back. They have these wealthy men ask me, why are you not coming out to sponsor your own freedom? Your own freedom. There is no other reason than because of the fear of the unknown. There's no other reason. Only because so many of them are corrupt. Because many of them are not genuine. That is why they cannot support Biafra. So many of them are so fraudulent, stupidly fraudulent, that they cannot survive in a legitimate work. They begin to imagine what is going to happen if Biafra succeed. They will begin to imagine that there will no longer be relevance. That money they are stealing, they can't be able to steal anymore. Fraud. They will not be seen as Lord again. That is why you see them, they will never ever support Biafra because of their selfish interest. If not for that, the Biafran people can sponsor a war against any nation for as long as they want. We have people who can do it. But here are we, begging for the funding of the ESN to defend our land. Here are we, every time begging for the funding of the ESN. Every time begging for the funding of people who are going to defend you and I. People are still waiting to be begged. That is how evil the mind of some people are. But I tell you, the project of Biafra is in the hand of Chukwu Gadara. And it doesn't matter whether you support it or you don't support it. It is going to come. Chukwu Gadara will raise people by himself. And he has been doing it. He's been doing it. That was why Mazen Nandekano said that Biafra will come in such a way that no man will take glory. And he called it the last miracle on the planet Earth. These two things are the key words you have to be mindful of at all times. Nobody knew that Master Simon Eko would be on board. Why the Department of Saboteur are surrounded Master Nandekano, they feel they have caged him. Yes, we have captured him, we have caged him. He can't do anything without us. They thought that they've caged Master Nandekano. They thought they've got him. All of a sudden, Master Simon Eko came on board. It was the one to Chukwu Okayama. Chukwu Okayama pulled him out from a far distance. This is a man who supported one Nigeria at one time or the other. This is a man who never wanted to talk about the issue of Biafra. But when the spirit of Biafra possessed him today, he is the last man standing. Putting his career, his life, everything he has, he put on the line for Biafra struggle. Just the way Mazen Nandekano have done. Just the way Mazen Nandekano did. He has put everything on the line today. And today he is the talk of the town. You can deny it for all I care. You can continue to deny it. Today, the Zoological Republic is confessing. They are confessing. They are confessing. If they have known, they would have left Mazen Nandekano alone. And I tell you, Chukwu Okayama have a purpose of everything. I tell you, if Mazen Nandekano was not kidnapped, Biafra, the coming of Biafra would have still been very, very far. If Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was not kidnapped, the coming of Biafra would have still been delayed. It would have been delayed. Biafra would definitely come. For coming, it will come. But it would have been delayed more. But the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu paved the way for the coming of Biafra. They didn't see it coming. They called him a child. They say he doesn't know what he's doing. He's nobody. Today, that man they called a nobody has become the only person the whole world is focused on. He has become the only person the Zoological Republic is entirely. This is the only person that whenever he opens his mouth to make a statement, they'll be running helter-skelter. Consultation from east, west, north, and south. Consultation from angle. All of a sudden, they are confessing. They call him a child. He doesn't know anything. Who is he? Who is that? But today, the same people are confessing that he has a strong pillar. Chukwu Okike have made him who he is. Chukwu Okike prepared him for this mission. And when the call came, he didn't say no, just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who answered the call and continued to answer for you and I. Even in the most difficult situation, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is there, answering, speaking for you and I, putting his life on the line, saying it is a Biafra or nothing. The reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in captivity is because he has rejected every offer. He has rejected every single offer thrown at him. He rejected it. The only request he has is still the same request he has been making while he was with us. Biafra or nothing. That one single request, that is still the same request Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is making. Is either Biafra or nothing. And they can't handle it. They kidnap him thinking that after kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, it's all over. Today, they are in regret. When you see the tone they are taking now, a confused country. You see the narrative they are pushing at Mazen Nnamdi, jumping on hill that have been nailed, decimated, and destroyed. When they were bringing the issue of jumping on hill, we came online. The autopiloted media. We fought it head on. Biafrans fought it head on. Let the world know that Mazen Nnamdi can never jump bail. Which is a fact. Even though they pretend not to see it. The videos of invasion, the video of the invasion of the house of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still on media. It's still on, just go to Facebook and just type it, the invasion of home of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Just type it, you will see the video will pop out. Then you will see what transpired. And after seeing all these things, you will still see a media house that's supposed to investigate. Media houses that have information more than ever will still come out and say that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. As if those evidence are not enough. A court has said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu ran for his life. He didn't jump any bail. He was forced out of the country. The government forced him out of the country. They have no business going to his house while he was preparing to come to court. This was a man who has a case in the court. And he came to announce, I am coming to Abuja with 1 million men for my case. I am coming to Abuja with 1 million men to answer my case. 1 million men as my supporters. He became scared of his speech. And what did they do? They came to kill him before the day of the court. And in the process, 28 able men were killed. The home of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Jack was also killed, the dog. And in the same process, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu lost his 2 parents because of the trauma. They narrowly escaped and found himself in Israel. And from there, he regained his strength, took the necessary treatment, and continued his gospel. That did not stop him. Continued to fight for the freedom. And they couldn't handle it. Now they pass through the people who are very close to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. People that are supposed to defend Mazen Nnamdi Kanu were the people that we are used today to kidnap him and cage him. And they sent him to Zoological Republic through extraordinary rendition. And that's where we are today. Today, it is your responsibility. It is my responsibility to do extraordinary things to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released, whether they like it or not. We must make sure that our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. That's the request we've been making from the day one. We will continue to make that request undeterred, consistently. We learned that from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that consistency is the key. He said it in clear terms. And I can tell you, consistency is truly the key. It is our consistency that gave back to where we are today. Because the autopiloted IPOB has been consistent, making their demands, making their voice heard. That is why we are where we are today. That is why the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be swept under the carpet. That is why the media cannot stop reporting Biafra. Even in a time when they are having election, when election is heated, just some few days to election, and yet the talk of the town is still Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra. Who made it possible? It is you and I. We did it. Talk about Biafra. That's what they thought. They thought after kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that nobody will talk about Biafra. But they got a shock of their life. That it was after kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that Biafra got much support than they have ever gotten before. We raised the bar. We raised the bar. And today, they have seen it. Initially, they say Simon Ekpa doesn't have influence. He doesn't control anything. He doesn't know anybody. But today, the same people who said that word are still confessing today that Simon Ekpa is the only man the Biafrans listen to. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's the only man the whole Biafrans look up to in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is a fact. Keep denying it. Keep trying to do whatever you think you can. But I tell you, no matter how you try, the truth cannot be covered. The truth cannot be covered. Biafrans, prepare yourself for what is coming. Our journey to Biafra land continues. Remember the coming sit at home. You know we are dealing with Pharaoh, so we must have to be prepared. We are dealing with Pharaoh. They will never listen. We have told them, if you don't let Mazi Nnamdi go from now to 22, 23 is going to be a lockdown, 24 is going to be a lockdown. So Biafrans, gear up and prepare yourself fully. Get prepared. If they refuse to let Mazi Nnamdi go, prepare for the lockdown. You must, I draw your ear, be careful. When they will tell you, come out, it is not them that will give the order. Come out, nothing will happen to you. Come out, they'll protect you. The same people that will drag you out will take you out. The same people who will drag you out will be the ones to smoke out your life. So the earlier you understand and be smart, the better for you. If you continue to play this dirty game, continue to play this foolish game, I bet you have yourself to be blamed. Absolutely, you have yourself to be blamed. The earlier you begin to think better and do things right, the better for you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every one of us. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to strengthen us, continue to direct us and teach us the path that we shall go. We don't know it all. That is why we are coming on a daily basis. We speak in uniform. We come on a daily basis to encourage one another. We come on a daily basis to put our heads together and make sure we make impact. And we'll continue to do so until Biafra comes. It doesn't matter the attack we see. Don't shake. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It is just for a while. In a short while, victory is going to be announced. In a short while. In a short while. If you are in autopilot, thank your star. You are the chosen one. If you are autopiloted, thank your Chukwu Okike Abiyama. You are chosen one. And nothing, I bet you, nothing will happen to you. You are going to see Biafra. You are going to see Biafra in 2023. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do. They will never stop us. I will urge you to try and join our spokesperson on his broadcast today. He's going to have a broadcast today. Remember, at this time, you don't miss any broadcast. Every information is important. our spokesperson is going to be broadcasting on Enter Biafra. He's going to be broadcasting on Enter Biafra. So when he broadcasts on Enter Biafra, I hope I'm going to get the link. If I get the link, I'm going to share the program on my platform so that every one of you can key in and listen to the program. So he's going to broadcast on Enter Biafra, and missing information will be disseminated and sent out to everybody. It is very, very important. At this point in time, every single message is important. Every message, I say every message. Take it serious. So let us continue to pay attention. He's going to be broadcasting today. As soon as I get the link of the broadcast, I will share it on this platform so that people can be able to join and key in. I appreciate everyone who have joined this very broadcast. I appreciate everybody who has made comments, contributions on one way or the other. Everybody that has supported this broadcast, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your courage. Thank you for standing firm for your nation. We must overcome. May Chukwu guide and protect every single one of you watching. May Chukwu guide and protect the ESN. Guide and protect our spokesperson, Master Samanepa. Guide and protect Master Nandekam. No weapon formed of fashion against us shall prosper. No weapon formed of fashion against us shall prosper. No weapon formed of fashion against us shall prosper. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from, and stay safe. I will see you again tomorrow. Please be at alert so that I can join our spokesperson on his broadcast today. I have to close so that you can have a rest before the broadcast. Make sure you key in. Every information is important. Thank you so much, and stay safe. Bye-bye.